this is Dee.
And this is Shelby.
And we're from Bitch Please. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 50. So thank you for joining us for another episode. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for interacting with our content.
Hell yes.
The only thing left is y'all give us some recommendations.
Please give us some shit to talk about, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty to talk about, honestly. We literally have topics written out all the way up to June.
Yeah.
So we are good on the topic front, but also we still want other people's thoughts and opinions and feelings and vibes and whatever the fuck you feel like throwing in.
Whatever. It's whatever. Well, anyway, put your right hand up, put your left hand up, put your right hand up, put your left hand up. Okay.
Anyways.
How are your screws?
Yes. Oh, they're great.
I forgot we got it. Yeah.
My screws are really good. They've just been really good. I just feel like life's been great. I have no complaints, no qualms of any kind. Mental health, no qualms.
Like the word.
No, thanks. No real mental health problems. Like, I mean, other than my normal, regular, schmegular dissociating bullshit, but you know, that's how we do. Yeah, it's been nice. Pretty good.
Love
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Love it.
What about for you? How are your screws?
My screws are good today.
Yeah.
I'm in a good place today. I have been in a good place for the last couple of days mostly.
Yes.
Little stuff here and there, but still can't complain.
Yes. I love that for us.
That hurt.
That was really good.
It was a good one, but man, our rings really hit.
Did it really?
Yeah.
God,
well, it hit
damn.
me.
Well, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Thanks.
But yeah, so not bad at all. Very excited about just life.
Love that for us. Yeah.
Things are good. We're happy.
Thanks for being here with us and participating and being present for the vibes.
Being present for the vibes.
For the vibes. Anyways, we're a little neural spicy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you caught us in the middle of the day.
Yeah. So we actually did some recording earlier, and we were talking about the things that are happening within the White House.
The White House, which is extra white.
White people. What's
that? At the Red
House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
Oh God, vocal stimming is the best. Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know how other regular people don't do it. I really don't know how.
It's so much fun.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it.
I'm leaving all of this in.
Yes, please do. This is the entertainment. This is what the people want. You know?
And if it's not, well, this is what you're getting.
Well, this is what you're gonna get.
That's all we got to give today.
Not really.
But we were talking about earlier, I just want to briefly talk about the stuff that's happening with them wanting to change history and things like that, and how the Smithsonian's operating and how other museums and the information that's being held there, and the need and want to control the narrative, to correct history by removing other parts that are also equally history, but they're not white, so we have to take them things out.
Yeah, which is kind of like wild to me. It's not really wild because, I mean, white men have been doing this for their entire lives. At least the ones that are in the political, that are in like politicians right now. Can't say all white men, but most of y'all white men be out here like that. And it's just kind of interesting that there is excessive amounts of homelessness, poverty, lack of health care. You have people struggling to pay bills. You have an increase in taxes. You have inflation is high. You have, I mean, egg prices are astronomical. You have all of these things that are going on, but the most important thing for the white men in the White House is changing the narrative of history. That's the most important thing, and it just blows my fucking mind that that's an actual real thing.
It's wild because it is the when you're reading it, you're like, so because the Smithsonian specifically, because this is what was mentioned by name, as was the African American Museum.
Yeah.
But the Smithsonian specifically was mentioned by name because they decided to include things regarding race and gender, and they feel like they were just falling into the propaganda and being forced to do these things, and it needs to get taken out because that has no place in American history. The problem with that is you take all that shit out, then you have big chunks of American history, because a lot of this shit is American history.
It is American
People
history.
love to try to act like none of this happened, but without that shit happening, we wouldn't have what we have today, which is, you could look at that in multiple ways.
In several ways. I mean, let's be real. America, the United States, was built on the backs of black and brown people. That is what it was built off of.
To erase all the history.
To erase all of that, what are you going to say? White people are the ones that did all the fucking farming? No, it's not true.
I think it's wild to be like, that's not the American way. And it's like, no, if we're going to talk about the American way, let's talk about the American way.
Let's talk about the American way. The oppression of black and brown people throughout history. So anyways, I just think it's crazy that with all of the stuff that we have going on and all of the issues that we have going on, inflation, egg prices, all of those things, just everything that's been happening, they seem to think that rewriting the narrative of American history and whitening it up is the most important.
Which is, it's interesting. Because the thing that's so funny about this is you can't erase people's thoughts. You can't erase people's recollection of history. A lot of the stuff and the reasons why it exists and why it's even here is because people were able to pass down those messages, save those trinkets, save those works of art, save whatever, and able to pass it down. So stuff like this, yeah, you could try to take it out of the museums, but those stories still exist. Those images still exist.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, is that they're not going to for much longer.
But you can't erase people's minds.
You can't, but you can also gaslight them.
You can gaslight
and convince them that those things weren't true.
Yeah, well, I mean, and they've done that a lot. There's a lot of things that has happened where they're like, that didn't happen. And you know what? We've all done our own research and found certain things where we're like, well, that's not even true.
Yeah.
Or that did in fact happen, and y'all are trying to make it seem a different way. So keep yourself informed.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
I mean, but like for real informed. Like I'm talking about like actually reading articles, maybe reading some historical books. I'm not talking about keeping yourself informed of like through TikTok. You know, like not all of that on there is factual.
Yes.
In order for you to fact check it, you're going to have to actually go back to historical books and like read shit that was actually printed and published and verified by other people and other historians. This is the reason why I love books so much, is because like you can just go back to that shit. Most of those were actually like, and you can read the publications on there. You can't fucking, nobody really cites their sources sometimes. We don't even really cite our sources sometimes on
just
Bump
be like,
and
I found this here and this and this and that.
But
and
we
if
do
we
our
even
research
mention it,
and we say it confidently that, hey, this is what it is. And when we're corrected, we do our research to figure out if we were right or wrong.
Right. Which I did end up adding a correction to one of the Bump and Gums. Yeah, because I was like, oops, that wasn't her.
Yeah. Oh, well, it said when I found it, it said that she went after.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Girl, because
I left it because it wasn't 100% clear as to whether or not she did. It was speculated. So it's not actual fact, but it was said that she went back and killed her husband.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I was like, wait, but then I also went to look and I was like, well, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, it was just like a speculation thing.
Okay.
But
I like the speculation. I think it's cool, and I hope she actually did.
I really did.
If you're not sure what we're talking about, go look at our last Bumping Gums episode, which is episode 7.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah. The political climate's crazy. What they're finding is important and deeming important is wild.
I mean, it is wild. Yeah, it is wild. But it's important to the Wahites.
Yeah.
So.
The Wahites. They are just gonna, I just feel like whatever this administration is doing is very similar and aligns with Nazi Germany. So at some point, they're going to end up taking all the books and burning the books. And at some point, I mean, that's just what I see is happening, especially with how rapid everything is like being stripped within a matter of a couple months. Because I was talking to somebody about it this morning, and I was like, you know, it feels like they've been in the presidential like chair for a while, but in reality, all of this changes happened within 2 months. Less than 2 months, if you want to get technical. Actually, no, 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
2 months. So it's just kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. So if you're not white, buckle up. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway.
So upsetting. It's not on a lighter note.
Yeah, on a much lighter note.
But yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about like body hair and how weird it is that a lot of people want us to look like prepubescent boys. Just the whole thing about shaving the whole cooch is weird to me. I did it about a year ago. And I fucking hated it.
I enjoy having a freshly cleaned coochie. I'm not gonna lie. I like to have a little bit of a little hair, but like I used to enjoy getting fully waxed. It just felt really nice. I didn't care about nothing else. It was just, it felt nice. I have a different reasoning for wanting to do it. It has nothing to do with what anybody thinks or considers or anything like that. It's just, it makes me feel better because of what I have going on.
Yeah.
But there were times where I didn't think I could even get waxed or waxed at all, or just tried to shave, and I would leave some hair because it did feel kind of strange that it was, naked.
Yeah.
But,
it
just depends on my mood, honestly. Some days I do it, some days I don't. So, you know what I mean? It just really depends on where I'm at, because it's still going to get hit either way.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it, but I'm just like, you know how long it takes me to fully shave?
Oh, I don't shave.
I'm talking about like my legs, my armpits. I shave my stomach because I have a happy trail. My coochie, because even though I have laser hair removal, we'll get into the fucking price of actually maintaining our shit. But because I have laser hair removal, I still have to shave some parts. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It takes me a good 30 minutes to shave everything.
Yeah.
What? Why am I doing that?
Girl, I don't know.
For who?
Girl, I do not know.
But the thing is that my hair is very coarse and very thick.
Mm-hmm.
2 days. 2 days and my shit will be very long.
Yeah.
And very noticeable.
Yeah.
Imagine not shaving for a fucking month.
Yeah.
I'd look like a whole man.
I mean,
I would.
You do what makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I would. I'd look like a whole man. But then it goes into that thought process of like, why do I even give a shit in the first place?
Yeah. I can honestly say I don't know the last time I shaved my legs.
You also have 3 hairs.
I have thinner hair than I used to, but I didn't always used to have thin hair.
Yeah, you say that, but you've been saying that since I've known you for 3 years.
Yeah, but you've known me in this life. You haven't known me when I was younger.
Yeah.
So that's a very different time.
No, I get it, but it's just like you have that luxury of having like thinner hair, so you don't have to shave.
Also,
but like
I don't grow on. I started getting armpit hair again.
You
but
really did. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I didn't used to have armpit hair, so that wasn't a thing. But I remember there was a time when I didn't shave, probably because I couldn't shave, and it was a big thing.
Yeah.
It was like, why don't you shave your armpits? And I was like, first of all, mind your fucking business.
Facts.
First of all. Secondly, it hurts, so I'm not doing that. But now I don't really, I mean, I have a few hairs now, but because it's pretty numb, I can just pull them out.
Yeah, she really does. It's actually funny to watch her pull her armpit hairs out. Not gonna lie.
No, I will say, I shave my face because them chin hairs they be chinning.
Yeah.
And just facial hair overall. I do shave my tum-tum because I got hair on my tummy. But that's more of a me thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But how did that become a thing? You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like.
I mean, it definitely comes from the idea that, men want to see you not have body hair.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So there was this, so there's this song that was kind of circulating around on TikTok. Seen it a couple of times on people's like shows and things like that. We have friends that did a streaming show that reviewed the song.
Yeah.
And it was talking about the cost of like nails, hair, and stuff like that, and how expensive it was. And like the reality of the situation is for most women that get like those services done, that shit is expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're getting like sew-ins or braids, or if you're just getting color, or you're getting some treatments, or if you're doing anything with your hair that requires you to go to somebody, that shit's gonna cost money.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if it is your natural hair.
Yeah.
Especially if it's long, or like in my situation, I have locks. And most locticians, depending on where you go, they charge for the amount of locks you have, the size, the length, the thickness, the this, the that. If they need repairs, if they need this, that's outside of color. That might be outside of shampooing and conditioning. Nails can be very expensive depending on where you go to. And some people, and there was a girl that I used to go to that her set started off at like $100.
That's crazy.
For basic. That wasn't even with designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it it is expensive to have upkeep depending on what you do and how you do it, and who you do it with.
Yeah.
But in saying all of that, because that's just part of it. That's just literal like hair and nails.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. That's very true.
So when it comes to upkeep for you, how would you say, I feel like our upkeep is going to be lower than most people.
Yeah.
But how would you say like your upkeep? Like
I don't think my upkeep is bad.
Yeah.
Compared to other people.
Same.
I don't do much. I have my same basic skin routine. I get my hair cut maybe once every 6 months. I literally had just started getting my nails done last year and have had to stop for work purposes. So that's cut out. I mean, I still go and get them done and then like my toes on occasion. But other than that, I don't have a lot for upkeep.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I paid for like the laser hair removal, but that's kind of like lifelong. But I paid about $3,500 for that.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was over like a course of 2 years.
Yeah.
So, because you can actually finance it.
Okay, so because I know that's just like hair and nails and stuff like that, and well, hair and nails, all hair and nails. What about like gym memberships and therapy sessions and?
Oh yeah,
You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
if we're including that and it's just like not the beauty standard, yeah. I mean, I pay $50 every 2 weeks for therapy. I mean, for the gym, it's about $35 to $40 a month for the gym, depending upon what I get, and like what the actual membership would be and what I want in the package and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, upkeep can get pretty costly.
Yeah.
What about you?
So my hair, depending on if I go get it done by somebody, it can be up to $200 if not. But I don't get my hair done that often anymore. So that's kind of, it's not a reoccurring expense.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do my hair myself. I typically color my hair myself, so I don't have to go to anybody. My nails, also not going to be doing my nails too often, so it's just me getting something very basic, which isn't that expensive.
Yeah.
I do my own eyelashes typically. I tried to do my own eyebrows, which I will not do anymore.
Yeah.
I will not do that ever again.
Yeah.
I should have learned my lesson when I was a kid, but I thought as an adult I had a handle on it, and I did not.
Yeah.
Thankfully, filling in stuff works great.
Yeah. Facts.
I think about hair removal, roll up in the air. Like it just depends. Sometimes I do get wax, sometimes I don't. It just really depends on how I feel. Gym memberships, have one. Yep. Therapy, that's a thing.
Yeah.
So that's about, actually it's probably about $400 a month because mine's like 100 something each time, and I was going once a week.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. I'm trying to think what else do I have for upkeep. I think that's really it.
Yeah.
So my expenses aren't very high.
Yeah.
I don't feel. Probably with maybe under 500 depending on the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, some other women, their monthly expenses is crazy high for upkeep, which is cool. You do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And you find ways to manage that as you see fit.
Yeah.
But why do you think upkeep is not so heavy but so focused? Do you think
so important, so significant?
Well, so I feel like it's significant in its own way of it. I mean, I have my own reasons for feeling it's significant for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody has a reason to do it for themselves. But
yeah.
What do you think? I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
I don't know what you're trying to ask. I was following.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
I kind of feel I get an understanding of what you're trying to ask. It's like, why do you feel like it's so significant? Like it's been made to be so important? Is that what you're asking?
Kind of, but not really, because I know why. Like for me, having upkeep is important because it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
It's not really about anybody or how I look for anybody. It's really about how I feel. Because if something's not done, I'm gonna feel off. Like if my hair's fucked up and my nails aren't done and I don't have this and I just feel like shit.
Yeah.
But that's just like my own thing because stuff be happening and it's like at least I have this, or you know what I mean. So I get the significance for myself and really other people, but I don't know what I was trying to ask.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know. I know there's some women out there who spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of money on upkeep. $300 on their hair every couple of months. Hundreds of dollars on their nails every few weeks, 4 weeks. Some people push it to 6. You have facial injections, lip injections, which you need to get every 4 weeks or every 4 months. Those cost about, depending upon how much you're getting, $150, $300 a pop. You've got, I mean, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And people just, that's not including like BBLs and the stuff that you have to do after you get a BBL, and the breast augmentations and the tummy tucks and, you know, all of stuff like that. Like it's expensive to be a woman. It's not cheap because we have to fit a particular social standard. So it's
I think that's the thing, is like the social standard part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's, and you do see that there's a lot of women out there that are just like, I'm not subscribing to societal norms, and they don't. And they get criticized so bad on their pages, and you're just like, these people are choosing to do what they want with their bodies.
Yeah.
But I forgot we live in a world where it's not really our bodies, so.
It's not really our bodies. You know, there was this one woman that was talking about it on Instagram, and she was talking about how men compliment how natural she looks. And she laughed, and she was explaining how much she spends a month on her face. That's including Botox injections. She's had microblading on her eyebrows. She's had lip injections done. She's had fillers put in. She's had, she wears a particularly very expensive foundation, which makes her skin look natural, but she's still wearing a bunch of makeup. She gets her hair done. Her hair's not naturally straight. She gets the keratin process, which is about $500 in some places, depending upon where you're going. She has highlights and, you know, all this other stuff, and she's pricing it off. And she said, you know, she spends roughly about $15,000 a year
On her upkeep?
on her upkeep.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, if I ever like wrote it down and thought about it like that, there's a lot of things that I probably wouldn't do.
100%. Honestly, before I didn't do a lot of upkeep other than just shaving my booty.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of. I got into skincare probably like maybe 3 years ago, and that's just because I was like, well, you know, I don't want to age super fast, so I was like, let me start actually taking care of my skin.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't do a lot of upkeep. I don't pluck my eyebrows. I almost never do my eyebrows. I got them microbladed like 5-6 years ago,
Right.
but they have faded. Them shits just get filled in with a cheap little pencil that I use. You know what I mean? Like I don't do a lot. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of money on upkeep stuff, but I just find it interesting that there's a lot of women that do, including, you know, women going out and getting that cool sculpturing stuff.
Oh, on the tummy?
Yeah.
I actually was looking at that. I'm like, that seems cool. I don't
That
know
shit
what
is
it. I don't know.
expensive.
You know, it looks like it has good effects, but
Yeah, but that's,
I mean results.
I mean, and at some point I'll probably will get some, I don't know, some fillers, some Botox or something. It all looks pretty cool, but who knows? I don't know. But it's expensive to be a woman
It is expensive,
in a world where we don't even have autonomy. So
for real.
it's like, why am I even doing most of this stuff?
Yeah. Honestly, learning to do a lot of the stuff yourself is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It really is. I have, granted, retwisting my hair absolutely sucks by myself. But I am trying to do it because I felt super accomplished when I did it.
Hell yeah,
I
and it
felt
looked really
super
good.
Thank you. I mean, it don't look as good as my girl. This is
true.
She's great. I will never be, I mean, I'm sure at some point I could probably try to be, but like, she's great.
Yeah.
She's very meticulous. She's very, very great. I don't know if I'll get to that level, but it does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit more tidy. It's not as wild, and then I leave it alone. It hasn't been done, but it will be done soon. That's why I have on a hat, because that's when I got to dye it and retwist it.
All of it's going to happen.
So something that I used to do before I found a girl that was like reasonable in nail prices, because there was like a weird point where going to the nail salon and getting your hair done was like kind of like a set price, and over time it's become like everything's like nickel and dime. So you used to be able to go to your hairstylist and get your hair done, which included a wash, a blow dry, a style, a cut,
Yeah.
and that was like one fee. Nowadays it's like, if you're getting your hair done, depending on who you get it done by, it needs to already be washed and blow dried,
Yeah.
and then you can get it braided. Or if you're getting a sew-in, you need to have your own hair and it needs to be washed and blow dried. Like, and so there's actually like a thing going around about you know, stylists nowadays, and how like you have to have your hair done before you get there.
Basically, yeah.
Or have your hair already braided back so they can sew it, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it used to be different, and it was a lot cheaper. Same with the nails, where you used to be able to go and get a little full set for $25.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
with a little bit of a design.
with a
And it's
design.
like maybe $45 at the end of the day.
Yeah, now it's like you might be paying $200 to $300 for a full set with the design and things
because
like that.
each design for each nail costs a certain amount of
and
money.
if your nails are a certain length, if they're a certain shape, if
you have to cut them, if they have to be reshaped.
Yeah, it's literally everything's nickel and dime. So during that time where everything was being kind of broken up like that, I was doing my own hair, which was saying a lot because I didn't really do too much to my hair. I used to just wear wigs, and this is before like wigs were like popular.
Yeah.
So I used to just wear wigs or do like little sew-ins or whatever. But I also had gotten a bunch of products so I could just do my own nails.
Yeah.
So I had like taught myself how to do acrylics and stuff like that at the time. Then I found a girl who was very reasonable, and then I just started going to her.
Yeah.
And with my hair, I mean, now that it's locked, I used to go every month, and then I was like, that's doing a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't go that often. I might go a couple times a year and just do my own maintenance in between. Lashes, I've never paid anybody to do my lashes.
Yeah.
Didn't see the point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Doing stuff on your own is actually pretty cool, and it's a lot cost effective. It takes time, yes, but I don't know, something about it for me is just learning that it's like learning a new skill and actually getting kind of decent at it.
Yeah.
I don't know, it does something for me.
Yeah.
Like I was super geeked about doing my hair.
Yeah, no, and it looked really good. Like you did like a really good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's something that's nice about like doing it on your own.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Yeah, because I used to wax and stuff on my own.
I actually bought a wax kit recently, and I did my legs. Oh, I was wrong. I did do my legs recently in the last couple of months. I waxed them.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
I did. It was a great time because I was like, damn, this is great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's not talk about, like, let's not just talk about the financial, but, like, the physical.
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
I mean, but I know why.
I have in my armpits, I have very thick, coarse hair in my armpits. Very thick, coarse hair. And getting my armpits waxed was probably the most excruciating pain that I've felt. And I have had my ribs tattooed. That shit almost took me out.
Did it?
Because she had to do it 3 times. Could not pull all the hair out in one go. It's extremely painful.
I've never had my armpits waxed. But I think if I were... I probably wouldn't feel much, but that's because nerve damage.
Yeah, but I'm saying like just the physical pain of upkeeping yourself is a lot.
No, it is. Physical pain is a lot. I know I've had friends when we go get, our coochies waxed, they're like, no.
Yeah. Oh, I've been burned.
You've been burned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
European Wax Center burned me.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
I did have that happen when I got my eyebrows waxed.
Yeah.
And see, I used to get my eyebrows
Same
and stuff
here.
done too, but I haven't got them done in a long time because of medication I use on my face.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to like stop doing it for a while, and I always forgot, so I just stopped getting them done altogether.
Yeah.
But I have I got badly burned on my eyebrows.
I did
I had
too.
to walk around like that for...
That's why my eyebrows are too. If y'all can take a look at my eyebrows. Look at my eyebrows. One is a little bit higher than the other. That's because when I got them waxed, they burned me, and she did them wrong, and now they just kind of permanently are like that because I don't have hair that grows back.
I mean, they seem pretty even.
That's because they're filled in.
Oh.
Yeah. Not filled in. One's just slightly higher than the other, and I'm pretty sure it's this one that's a little bit higher. But it is what it is. I mean, it's just like I got burned from that shit.
Yeah. Like physically it is a lot.
It is a lot.
Also, like if you wear makeup, not everybody does wear makeup, but if you wear makeup, that can bring a whole bunch of other issues. In my situation, like if I wear makeup too often, my skin breaks out really bad, and then that's a whole nother cycle because I'm also having to get my stuff from my dermatologist and
and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, physical pain, that is another part of upkeep.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's expensive, and it's just it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to what's been keeping us up at night. I went down a rabbit hole last night, surprisingly, on secret rooms in people's homes.
Oh,
that they find, and like secret compartments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there used to be like in older homes, I cannot remember the year. I think it was like the 40s or maybe the 30s. There was like a hole that was in the wall of your bathroom where you threw your used razor blades.
What?
Yeah. So there's like little stuff like that where like they've been patched over and stuff like that. I think it's usually in the medicine cabinet, but your razor blades would just go into the wall. And people would find that, and then like people would find like extra like rooms and compartments and stuff like that, or people would find toys in walls when they were like taking the walls down and stuff like that, and they'd find like hidden rooms or like different basements and stuff that's not on like the actual plans for the house. And it was just like super crazy how this actually happens a lot.
Yeah.
And like people find shit in walls all the fucking time. Like this one, I was watching this one video about this. It was like a safe that these people were redoing their entire home or whatever, and they found this safe, and they were like, we don't know what's in there, like what to crack open, blah blah blah. They cracked it open, and there was just a bunch of old documents from like the 1800s and shit like that. Yeah, it was like a ledger. There was like it was a bootlegging business at one point. So there was like crazy stuff in there that people are finding.
That's wild.
In walls.
That is wild.
And it's just like, it was like this whole, this safe was actually bricked up. Like there was just brick that was put around it. And so people were like finding crazy cool stuff. So I was up looking at
that. Is so interesting
shit.
Though, to have something or a room and they're just like, we're just gonna cover over it, nobody's gonna notice. Like, because somebody did that and they were aware of it, but they didn't let anybody else know. And I'm like, was it the hopes that people are gonna come back for it or whatever? But I saw one where this family was also redoing their house and they found money in the wall. So instead of insulation, it was just money. I'm like, I wouldn't have told nobody.
I wouldn't have told nobody nothing.
They told everybody.
Why the fuck would you say anything?
I would not have said a word.
Okay. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just kept on keeping on. Honestly. I would have been like, I don't know how we were able to manage all these renovations.
I mean, granted, they might have been looking at the money and been like, we can't even use this shit because it's so old. But I mean, it's money and it would have spent the same.
It would have spent the same. Nobody would have questioned anything.
You just never know, because people were questioning like some old bills because they had never seen them before.
What?
Yeah. So there was a old, was it a 50 or a 20? An old 50 or a 20 that they had never seen.
Yeah.
Younger person. So it was like, our money now actually looks like play money.
Yeah.
But it was just an older one, which not super old. And they thought it was fake. And so they wouldn't accept it.
That's crazy.
They even went so far to ask their manager, and the manager was like, we can't take this.
That's crazy.
Perfectly good money, but it was just old.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. If you find money in a wall, why would somebody want to, what are they going to do with it if you report it? It's not like there's like a whole criminal case that they can open up and figure out where this money came from. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't say nothing to nobody. I would go outside and try to fucking maybe buy an ice cream. Test out some waters. But you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart about it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy. Yeah, there was like whole cellars and stuff like that where it was like old bootlegging businesses where they were just making fucking
that's wild
moonshine and shit, but it was all sealed off.
That is wild.
Blocked off.
That is really wild.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, but like also like, what? I just want to know what the thought process was behind it.
I don't know.
Like,
but none of it was on the actual like
the floor plans. Yeah, that's just weird. Like that's why I'm like, would you especially those like really big houses?
Yeah.
A lot of the like plantation houses and stuff like that, they had
Yep.
those rooms. But
yeah,
it's like, I just want to know what they were. What was the plan?
Yeah.
Like,
why would you do that?
Yeah.
Anyways.
What was keeping me up? So I have been watching Severance.
Yes.
I have been watching Severance.
So good.
I got caught up. I just started it like this year, within the last couple of months. I started the first season. Second season was already out. And so I caught up and I'm like I got to the finale and stuff like that. The thing that has been keeping me up is there is so much Severance content out. And it is so good. It's been a combination of theories. It's been a combination of just people doing like skits and things to it. It has been so funny, and that has been just fueling my nights because I find different things, and it's been cracking me up.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
That was one of the things that was keeping me up. That show is amazing.
That show's really good.
They wrote it really, really well. They found a way to write. They have this character named Milchek. They've written this man so well.
Yeah, Milchek is cool.
Like the way that they introduced,
cool.
I don't want to say introduced race, but like the way that it's kind of brought out isn't in the way that most shows, like the way that they bring up a lot of things is not like most shows. Like there's some characters on there that are gay, there's some characters that are black, there's some characters that are, there's just like all types of characters, and it's not like most shows where they're like, hey, this person's black, hey, this person's gay. It's just kind of like, it's just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's really nice, and I think they did a good job. Ben Stiller, like, sir, first of all, didn't even know that was you until I looked it up, and I was like, that's crazy.
Facts, right?
Because I was like, that's the Ben Stiller, Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah. I'm excited.
It was good.
I'm excited that you've been
it's good
watching it, doing the thing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're cool. All right. Well, thanks guys for being here. We appreciate your support and all the things that you do. Like, share, subscribe, save, all that good stuff. Please let people know about us. Or don't. Cool. That's cool too. We'll keep pumping out some stuff. But yeah. So thanks for being here, y'all. And thanks for always supporting. Bye.